She's independent, she's quite feisty.
She's a controlling woman. Oh!
This foreign organism, and the entire thing goes...
If the first 3 episodes of the Sussex saga didn't live up to the hype, the final 3 pull no punches. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are at war not just with the media, but the royal family itself.
Everything that I knew wasn't true and that the palace knew wasn't true and internally they knew wasn't true, that was just being allowed to fester.
The documentary charts how the positive headlines around their wedding day soon gave way to negative comparisons.
All of a sudden, these tabloid stories started to appear, criticising Meghan for every little thing.
According to the couple, this was because their popularity was a threat to the institution itself. They were dominating the papers at the expense of the Queen and others. And so the Sussexes say the alliance between the palace and the press went into overdrive to portray Meghan in a negative light, with Prince Harry accusing his brother of doing the dirty work.
And to see my brother's office copy the very same thing that we promised the two of us would never ever do, that was heartbreaking.
The couple claim the Mail on Sunday's coverage played a role in Meghan's miscarriage, and that the vitriol from the press led to her contemplating suicide.
To just constantly be picked at by these vultures, just picking away at her spirit, that she would actually think of not wanting to be here.
With the couple deciding to leave royal duties behind, Prince Harry says that nearly every letter he wrote to his father was leaked to the press. And it culminated in a tense meeting with his brother, father and the Queen in early January 2020 at Sandringham.
It was terrifying to have my brother scream and shout at me and my father say things that just simply weren't true, and my grandmother, you know, quietly sit there and sort of take it all in.
But who will believe their story? Prince Harry says his father warned him against taking on the press. And the press itself has a clear divide between those willing and those unwilling to discuss their relationship with the royals.
I think that the general public, the public at large, would be amazed if they knew the level of manipulation and negotiation that goes on between the royal households and tabloid editors and newspaper editors.
The idea that the palace is sitting there briefing against other households, briefing against different principals, it simply didn't happen.
So why are there so few negative stories about the Prince and Princess of Wales?
I don't think it is the case that there are so few negative stories about the Prince and Princess of Wales. If you look back to the early years of their courtship, Kate had to deal with not necessarily racism, but she had to deal with classism. She was nicknamed Waity Katie, and she was given a hard time for not having a job, waiting for William to eventually propose. Are
they playing the game well better now?
Well, I think that William is probably astute enough to know that it's probably a mistake to take on the media.
This was the response from the palace today. Not an official comment, but business as usual for the King and Queen Consort. This visit to a community kitchen in London was covered by the Royal Rota, a planned event to ensure both press and palace are shown doing their duty. An institution